Okay, power back on. I'm in this house. I'm eating me some hard candy. I don't know something about old folks like their hard candy, and the older I get, I like hard candy too. You know, so I buy the hard candy. It's something special. Suck on it. Something to suck on. I call myself trying to suppress an appetite craving, but I ain't really doing that much anything. Now, I'm gonna go over what I have a major pet peeve with. People say judge not lest ye be judged, but at the same time, they also say only God or Christ can judge me. You can't judge me. But at the same time, they judge all the fucking time. Now, some people say, I don't judge. Did you offer your opinion? Yeah, that's judgment. Seriously. I'm going to post it so you can see it as a part of this thing. The meaning of the word opinion. And you do it all the time. That whole thing that went down with Kavanaugh was them judging him fit to serve as the Supreme Court Justice. And they already knew that the votes were already in his favor. So it really was farcical that they were having that meeting, because they already knew they couldn't sway anybody on the other side. And the people who might have been on the bubble weren't as much on the bubble as they thought, because the thing is, they only allowed additional testimony because some women got in that one man's face who was leaving office anyway and is poised to come back. Otherwise, you wouldn't listen to it, but he still voted. Not in the way they wanted him to. So he didn't change anything. Mary McCain got that right. She said, I'd rather find out about what's going on over there in North Korea. North Korea didn't happen in North Korea or Vietnam between Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump. They met and had lunch and talked, hung out. Him and his new best friend. They ain't do shit. Kim, will you give up? No. Oh, okay. Maybe next time. We'll set it up again some other time. It's nice seeing you. It was nice seeing you too. Got a nice train ride back. Yeah, you have a nice plane ride back. And what is Donald Trump saying? I've done more than any other president has done. You ain't did shit but met with that man. You could have did what you did on a phone call. Because we don't know what you ate. Nobody really cared. I saw glasses of water in front of you. And then you had a press conference. You interrupted the, the 11 o'clock news to ask you some questions. You interrupted Jimmy Kimmel Live to ask you some questions. And the thing is, you never say anything about anything. In fact, it was reporters asking you questions, and you said, I'm sorry, you have to speak up. No, what you were saying is, can you speak a better brand of English that I might be understanding the words coming out of your mouth? I knew what they were asking you. And I wasn't even there in the room. But I knew what they were saying. They were speaking pretty good English to me. In fact, they spoke better English to me than you do. And you deferring to Mr. Secretary of State to interpret for you. That's how stupid you were. I'm sick of people. Y'all always want to hand somebody off to Jesus. As if Jesus can fix them. Y'all never even learned the story of Jesus. Jesus taught. Jesus wept. Jesus did some shit. But what Jesus didn't do was force anybody to come to the Word. They either came to the Word on their own or they didn't. They either did the process or they didn't. And you always want to think that Jesus is going to fix everything in your life. That's why that shit, when y'all put that meme shit up there, talking about type amen if you believe in Jesus and you'll get a blessing, that shit is offensive. I already told my father, I said, look, you told me I'm your son. Look how you treating me. Is you doing this for their benefit? Because I never believed in that shit. I always worked hard. I told you I wanted a job. He said, well, I'm giving you got a job with me. I said, but you don't pay. But I'm taking care of you. I never wanted to live like a fucking monk. I did that shit in a previous lifetime. These ain't fond memories for me. This is hell. I feel like I'm in prison. I moved that truck back up. And the man left. So, power it back on. It was okay. I finished charging this fucking phone. That's his phone. He even finished charging in that truck. They should have. I said something must be wrong with the phone now. I guess it's getting ready to die too. I won't have to do anything to record off of. I guess it's still on my computer. But I can't do that. I said, you want me to just stop talking? Because I can do that too. He's like, but it's not about that. I really want you to talk. What? And state the obvious? You ain't educating these people. They don't care. He said, down the line, they gonna care. I said, down the line? But see, I ain't down the line. I'm right here in the now. I don't get to go down the line until I go down the line. He really gets tired of me. And you're like, why are you arguing with him? You might not say it, but I'm telling you, there's people in the spirit that say that shit to me. They say, Carlos, why do you keep arguing with him? Because he told me to be truthful. Which he did. He said, I ain't gonna fall for that. Because he is being honest and he is being truthful. I try and explain it to him. I try and reel him back in. But because sometimes my guides and angels, they'll sit there and say, he ain't listening to us. Well, you talk to him. So then he'll say, I'll talk to him. He'll talk to me. He'll calm me down for a minute. But then I get riled back up again. Last night was all about him like trying to reassure me. I said, I don't feel like I'm reassured. It lasts for 2 seconds. I am not happy. And every time I look at the news, I get more and more pissed. If I look at the View, I get pissed. All you so-called people who are supposed to be speaking in my name make absolutely no fucking sense. No wonder I sit there and said, you take them. I don't want them. I told you, you need to start praying to him. And y'all tell you, y'all gonna hate me before it's over with. You hated me anyway. The way was not easy. Doreen's out there looking for Jesus. I'm glad she's out there looking for Jesus. She ain't gonna never find him. I ain't worried about that. I know what that bitch did. She taught y'all how to cut cords. Seriously. Nothing that was formed in love could withstand that cut. And really, that means the only cord you didn't cut is between you and what you believe your God to be. But everything else, that's why it's weighing out. You still don't get that. Because you were messing around and shit that you didn't know anything about. And she got that shit from an angel. Do you know which one she got it from? Because she said somebody lied to her. And she did that shit. I fought tooth and nail. There were so many people I didn't want to let go. Well, I was in Pittsburgh. I said, shit, fuck, bye. And then again, here in LA, there were people I was still trying to hold on to. They ain't got to worry about it now. Bye. All you have to do is tell me that I'm stupid for actually thinking that we really are friends. I mean, seriously. I say all the time, you're an acquaintance. I rarely use the term friend. I might consider you like family, but the thing is, I don't speak to a lot of my family. So that really is not endearing you into my heart, unless you are endeared in my heart. And there's very few people out there who are endeared in my heart. And they ain't got shit to do with the fact that they ain't doing anything for me or have done anything for me. It just has to do with the fact that they just ain't doing anything. It pisses me off. Because I really don't want anybody doing anything for me if I can help it. I was angry at my father that I had to, like, live off of handouts. I did promissory notes. I have been keeping an accounting of records and all that kind of stuff so that I could pay people back what's their owed. But the thing is, he won't allow me to get into a position to pay them back like I want to. Which is pissing me off. Because he didn't trash my reputation. He know damn well, because this is his world. He knows the story. He knows what he paying. And y'all are not good and Christian and enlightened as you think you are. You are not good people. You will look at somebody's social media page, and because you don't agree with what they're talking about, or you think it's a little bit whacked out, and these are the same people that will screw you in the ass behind the job. They think that they can actually now judge you on the content of your character because you're talking about how crazy people sound. A fair assessment is fair assessment. Now, if I offer an opinion on you, but don't act against you, does that mean I have judged you? Or does it just mean that it didn't matter to me that what you were doing? Because when it came back to bite you in the ass, either I was going to be there for you or not. If anybody asked me, well, what did you think about so-and-so? Were you not shocked? No. I was more surprised the fact that they did it because they didn't have to. Well, why would you say that? Well, look at who their family was. Look at the position that they got just because of the family name. Look at what they were doing. But the thing is, you threw them in an office and that you weren't teaching them. I'm telling you, this is a real story, a real experience that I experienced. Because this young man got a job because of who his father was at a studio I worked at. I had to find a way to get on board at that studio and then work my way into the positions I got into. But that young man got in based upon who his father was. Gave him a job, gave him a title and a position that he had not ever been trained for. Put him in an office and he did something stupid. And when they found out he did it, because he didn't know what he was doing anyway, because he was stupid, they fired him. Because his father was already retired, so it didn't really matter. It was no skin off of him. Yeah, he wound up somewhere else, but at the same time, he got fired. And I felt bad for him. Because they never trained him. He had nobody there was interacting with him because nobody really thought he should have been there anyway. They had already formulated an opinion about him. That's who they were. So when they asked me my opinion, I said, why would you ask me this? So I was working there at that studio when OJ, that shit went down with OJ. And you know, they kept coming to me like I was speaking for all the black people in the world. What do you think, Carlos? Carlos, what do you think? Carlos, what do you think? I'm like, why are you asking me about this shit? When they had the high-speed chase on the 405 freeway, I was back in Washington, D.C. I saw that shit, and I was cracking up. I said, Juice, what you doing? He's got a gun. They say he's going to blow his brains out. I mean, they were concerned. Were they more concerned that he was going to blow his brains out and they wouldn't be able to bring him to justice and not get paid? Or what? And then he finally surrendered his shit, and then he hired that shark team, and they dismissed him. That's another thing. The whole thing about O.J. Simpson's trial was the fact that his counsel, led by, that brother, Johnny Cochran, then went on to glory. I mean, most of his team was black. They dismantled and trashed the LAPD's investigation and Marsha Clark, the district attorney. Come on now. And this is as Lance Hito sitting over there presiding over it. So it was like, it turned into a farce. And he got off. But the thing is, instead of just enjoying the fact that he got off, that nigga opened his mouth and started talking stupid again. If I did it. Oh, bitch, please. Oh, yeah, now we know you did it. If we had any doubt before, if we were giving you the benefit of the doubt, we ain't giving you the benefit of the doubt anymore. You did some shit. and you're going to get caught later. And you did. That man, that family's still trying to get paid. Because there's laws on the books. They ain't changed the laws yet. They can't touch his retirement. He can still live well. He just can't go out there and, like, you know, make any other kind of money because he got to go to the family. Because he got a civil judgment against him because it's not the same weight of evidence. I am not a fucking lawyer. I've served on jury duties. I've served on criminal cases. And I have served on civil cases. And I didn't want to serve on either one of them. But they made me. Because, you know, it's my civic duty. And when the judge gave the instruction, I listened to that shit. Other people didn't listen to it, but I listened to it. I didn't want to do half that shit. And I mean, but sitting on that panel, I started watching how people were thinking and how they were processing information. And nobody saw anything the same way. And the judge wanted to talk to us later after the trial and asked us questions. How did we come up to our decision? Because there were certain things that even that judge didn't entertain that people were talking about. It's a process, people. The court system is not a joke, but it is a joke. Because you have to look at who's on there. And you have to also look at how they use the rules for and against you. So, when I told you that my father has enacted judgment, it's a part of the humanitarian era. And you have to look at this shit. Because, see, the thing is, it's no longer about what he is going to do to you. It's what you're going to do to yourself. It's not about what I'm going to do to you. It's what you're going to do to yourself. Because, like I said, you can't pray in my name. You can't give me shit. Because you can try, but you're going to look stupid doing it. Because the outcome is going to be what the outcome is going to be. And then you have to accept it for what it is. And all you're going to do is what you've been doing before anyway. Saying, well, God's will is being done. Judge not lest he be judged. Now you got to worry about that. Because it's time for you to worry about it. You have to really look at your programs, your social programs, your rehabilitation programs, your educational programs, how you treat people, how you look at people, how you judge people, how you prejudge people, prejudice, and more. Your ideas versus their own. Your philosophies versus their own. And see, the United States is a hot mess anyway. As far as a social brew and experimentation as to who and who cannot get along. You have to look at where people live, where they don't want to live, where they want money to go, where they don't want money to go, when shit breaks down in their neighborhood, who they think is supposed to pay for it versus who is supposed to be out there doing the cleanup. That's why when they had them mudslides up there on them private roads with those rich white people, well, they weren't rich white people. They were more well-to-do than other white people. I mean, they were in Malibu. But this man talking about, well, they said they won't come up here because the roads, you know, it's not under their jurisdiction. They said we can put some shit in the trash can and take it down the road and they'll pick it up. But, you know, who's going to help us clean this shit up? I'm like, why would you ask that question? They just told you. You got to clean that shit up. Now, this is a white man. You would think, now see, I went to school. He's supposed to have a better education than me. They told you straight up, you clean this shit up, put it in a bin, bring it down the road, and we'll pick it up. That means you paying for it. See, I told my father, I said, you got this shit in my head. Well, he said, I know you weren't stupid. You're always paying attention to shit. You're telling the people the truth. Yeah, and the people don't care. They don't care. They ain't paying me for this shit. They want a free education at the same time they don't want to learn. Do you know that a free education is free only because you invest in it? Because the thing is, if you really want it, look, if you just want a piece of paper from UCLA, you can get in there. I got in there under 2 programs. One, when they had what they called, what was it? Advanced, what was it? It was not advanced placement. It was, it had something to do with like, equal opportunity. They were like, trying to bring more people of color in. So I qualified under that, but I qualified under their regular admission standards too, because of my testing scores and my letters of recommendation and my application process and all that stuff. So I mean, they had already approved me to come in there. The one thing they didn't do is give me a hell of a lot of money. I got money from my local church and some community chapters, but it was people that I knew. They knew my family and they knew me and they liked me and they gave me my. Sometimes I was up for a scholarship I didn't know I was up for. I'm there, at some award ceremony, and they call my name. I'm like, who are these people? Who submitted that? Oh, Mr. Darling down the street submitted. Yeah, because he was a part of the Elks. He said, here, give him some money. First Baptist Church, give him some money. And then, after they gave me some initial money, they gave me money for my books in subsequent years, because I had a Cal grant. And I was getting Social Security because my father had passed. And my mother was helping me, but at the same time, it was like, I would work. I was having I couldn't get work study like I wanted. Whether, you get that grant and then you just work. They gave me work study one time and stuff. And I was happy. Then I was trying to get a job and all that kind of shit. That was a trip. And then they were sitting there trying to tell me, because, what happened was Reaganomics hit. And when the Reaganomics hit and they started cutting shit and the reg fees was going up, tuition was going up, books was going up, and I was in my camp. I could not get on campus house and save my life. I had to get an apartment. I didn't get a roommate because one thing I didn't want be partying with people. I want to get a serious education. So I'm sitting there. I found an apartment. I was getting Social Security. Because when my father passed, they upped the portion I got, but it was only good for so many years. So I was determined to graduate on time. And that's what my agenda was. I was working hard to get out of there. And they were trying to keep me on. They said, oh, well, we need you to. I said, oh, no. You don't understand. I have to graduate by this date. If I don't graduate by this date, then I have to find a way to come up with this money, and y'all are not going to stop me from getting this degree. I worked every angle I knew how to work, and I knew people, and I started calling in favors, because there were certain things they were telling me they could not approve for me, because I wanted to carry excess units, and you had to have, it was something they had said, even though my GPA was okay, it was fine, they were saying that you could not carry excess units when you had something that happened in the past. And I had something that happened in the past, in the sense that I had this fucked up teacher who taught Shakespeare, who gave me glowing, accolades and grades and stuff when it came to understanding the content. But because I could not tell you who said what in what Shakespearean show, that motherfucker gave me a D. It was still a passing grade, but he gave me a fucking D. My mother saw that and flipped out on me, and I said, Mama, that man is a straight up loon. Because he said, you can take the class again. I said, I ain't taking the class again now with you. Because first off, you should not grade anybody based upon the fact that they can't recite from rote every last piece of a show just because that's what you are into. That's you getting your own damn nuts off. That man looked at me like I had lost my mind. But I told him the truth. I said, I don't want to deal with you. Something wrong with you. Because you said you have such an accurate perception as to what they're talking about. That's the most important thing about the Shakespearean plays. Because, see, nobody understands what they're fucking talking about. But if you do understand what they're talking about, then that's what you need to be grading people on. Not about what they can memorize. Because the thing is, memory is only a fraction of anything. You might remember some shit, but you might remember it also inaccurately. But you're going to remember the substance more. So that's why you don't downgrade somebody just because they can't do that other part. But at the same time, you said, well, you should have just learned. No, fuck you. Even as an actor, I had no desire to want to do Shakespeare, at least not at that point. I just appreciated it. And I took the shit because it was a requirement. I satisfied that requirement. I didn't get an F. If I took it pass or fail, then I would have failed. But I didn't fail. They had to give me credit. They gave me a credit. But it impacted my GPA and it put me on probation for like 2 quarters or something. And then I had to sit there and go through all manner of hell after that because then I couldn't carry excess units. I mean, it stabbed me in the, it shot me in the pinky toe. I didn't lose my toe. It just shot me there. I was pissed. Because when I wanted to take a class that was a 2-term thing, you don't get your credits until after you satisfy the 2nd term. So it was like a 6-credit course. But I didn't get any credit for the first quarter. I was doing the work in the first quarter, but you get your credit after you complete the 2nd quarter. So I had done all the work. But that was going to put me over the top. And they said, well, you had been on probation that time, so we can't go ahead and approve it. And I said, oh, hell no, I need this class. Well, you can just go to some school. Oh, no. Mm-mm. I went to my dean's office. I told that lady straight up. Her name was Julie. Was it Julie Chu? Something like that. She was really nice. She had, it was a new program that I was in. We were probably the first working this program. She loved me. I loved her. I mean, she was really good. She was our advisor and stuff, and she taught dance. And the program was off the chain because it was all about studying non-Western mythology, religion, folklore, history, art history, dance. I mean, it was like you were studying the world because we so caught up in our head in this Western bubble, it's not even funny. So I was like, okay. I said, Julie, I need your help. She said, what's wrong? I said, they won't approve me for my excess units because of what happened, a couple of quarters ago. And she said, Carlos, no problem. She picked up the phone. She made a phone call. Because I had just been at that dean's office and they said they would not approve my petition. I walked in there and the girl who worked the desk, and she liked me because she was like, she felt so bad she had to turn me away. She said, Carlos, I said, no, it's okay. Call her out. She called her boss out. She said, Carlos is here. She said, oh yeah, approve his petition. That woman, she laughed. She's like, dude, I learned, if nothing else, going to UCLA, how to work a fucking system. Because I realized very early on that the university environment is a microcosm of the greater world at large. So when I tell you that you need to start looking and paying attention to what's going on in this fucked up world, in all aspects of it, you have to understand who's teaching, who's not teaching, who's running the show, who's not running the show, and who really needs some shit blown up their ass. Now, Miss Julie didn't need any smoke blown up her ass. She was cool. She just like, look, I look at who's working hard, who's applying themselves and all that kind of stuff. That lady, she was just doing her job. That's, in the dean's office. But the thing is, see, they all work together. They know who their students are. So now you claim yourself to be an earth school and a student. You might want to start working the program and stop thinking that somebody just owes you some shit. And stop trying to hand them off to Jesus. Because Jesus is about thinking. Thinking, feeling, behaving correctly and perceptually and actually thinking about God first. You talking about what would Jesus do? First, Jesus would go to his Father and say, why am I missing something here? And what do I need to do to make you happy? And then why am I going through this shit? Now, you would sit there and say, well, you just did a whole tirade about the fact that yeah. Because he knew I'm best. Because the thing is, he did explain a lot to me. And he did explain that certain things have to be in place too. Not that he ain't going to do it. I said, I'll believe it when I see it. Seriously. I said, did you tell me not to be honest with you? He said, no, I want you to be honest with me because I hate lies. And he does. He hates lies. He doesn't want us to lie because the thing is, he already knows if we're lying. He just wants us to realize if we're lying to ourselves. That's why I keep telling him, I said, am I failing to see something in myself that, because I just want to work. I want a roof over my head. I want my place. He said, I want you to have all that stuff. I've already mapped it out. I'm going to make sure you have all that stuff. I'm going to make sure you're happy. I said, I don't feel like I'm happy. He said, you will be when I'm done with you. I'm like, so now Jesus is weeping for himself, but I'm not really weeping for myself. I get angry. I feel bad because last night, I was dreaming. I was going off on people in the spirit that they my family. They weren't mean or anything, but I was going off on them. And I woke up and I said, I do not like being like that, even in my dreams, with people who I know in spirit ain't doing nothing but trying to get my back. And the thing is, he said, they can take it. They don't hold that against you. I said, but I hold it against myself. It's not who I want to be. I'm not trying. He said, they know what you're working on. They know you got the hardest job because, see, you in between both worlds trying to enlighten these fools because, see, these other people are out there talking about spirit does this and spirit does that. And spirit ain't doing all that shit. They are not giving them the whole story. They ain't giving them the whole scoop. When you first came, you said you can join with the Holy Spirit. But see, people didn't know what the Holy Spirit was until you taught them. Now these people talk about spirit this and spirit that and all this kind of stuff. Teresa Caputo, you name it. They all talk about spirit. I knew when I first heard them talk about spirit, I said, you're talking about Holy Spirit. That's just like when they talk about spirit and came in the church. I told you I was raised in the Baptist church. I saw how spirit came in. I could feel the energy come in. I could feel the people getting happy. So why are they getting so happy? And they be praise dancing and speaking in tongues and falling on the floor, and then the ushers come and fan them and shit. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they're talking about. We're going to open the doors to the church. We're going to let spirit in. People open up to that. But the thing is, you have all that loving energy come in, and then you walk out the door, and the next thing you're talking about, girl, do you see what Sister So-and-so is wearing? She's a hot mess. She's old too, because she was sleeping with brother so-and-so. Girl. And you know what else I heard? So that's why I want to talk to y'all. And please stop trying to give me your people. Say your people. Because you were supposed to work with them. You don't give them back to God a hot mess. You work with them and give me something that you have worked with and improved upon. And then maybe you might get a check mark on your calling card. But until then, if you just all you doing is like trying to get away from people and sitting there saying, well, I did the best I could with that and now it's on you. Oh, no, people. You will spend eternity with them. And I mean that. Because they ain't coming with me. That was one thing my father definitely, clearly went over with me as he was waking me up. He says they think they have a key to the kingdom because of you. I said, no, they don't. I ain't promised these people anything. That's before he fully started waking up and said, oh, yeah, see, this is what they believe. I said, well, they got a lie from somebody else. He said, that's why I need you to speak. So now, if it's not making any sense to you, that's not my problem. If you want to continue down the same I'm not gonna say it's not it's not even it's fool's gold path. It's like if you want to go down that road, hell in a handbasket, that's on you. I'm not even gonna trip. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just gonna say, I ain't even ask where you at. Because the thing is, I told you, when people leave my friend's page, I don't know who they are. I might later on sit there and say, oh, I ain't seen nobody posting from so-and-so in a while. Yeah, I find out. Yeah, my friends listen anymore. If I Google or do the thing, the search, it'll tell me, do you want to add them as your friend? No. They left. They wanted to. Bye. I don't care. All you gotta do is tell me you don't want to be around me. But whatever your reasons are, that's your reasons. I didn't leave you. You left me. But the thing is, I'm not going to stop being who I am just to make you feel better about yourself. Well, you got that problem. But you really think you the cat's meow. You really are not. You know what the cat's meow is? It's an expression. Cats are independent in nature. Cats do their own thing. Cats, I mean, they might poop in a litter box or pee in a litter box, but I mean, cats basically, they are too needy to me. You may pet me now, or I'll get up on the furniture, or I'll bring some shit in, or I'll cough up a hairball or whatever. And the thing is, they don't give a fuck. And at the same time, their meow can be quite annoying. You think you're the cat's meow. Okay. You have to really love to listen to that shit. We ain't talking about them purring. We talking about them meowing. Meow, meow, meow. Like, will you shut the fuck up? Just like a dog barking all the time. Will you shut the fuck up? What you barking about? Because they ain't sitting there talking to you, talking about Timmy's down the well. Sometimes they just talking about, they see somebody going down the street. This little dog I used to stay with, he'd be out there in the window barking all the time. I said, dude, I know why you barking. He barking because he saw some dog being walked. He wants to go walking too. I said, but your mama ain't here. And I ain't taking you for a walk. Because we ain't got that kind of arrangement. And it was one time that he was like, he about to lose it. Because his mama was dating some woman. And the woman was an alcoholic and she'd had an episode. And she had fallen off the wagon. And he was really worried about her. And he came to me. And I said, dude, what is it? And he was like, he was really agitated. I said, okay. You waiting on, your mama's not here. Okay, Holly's not here. And he's really agitated when I said her name. I said, okay. You want to go outside? And he's like looking at that door, and I was like, okay, let me get the leash, because you just want to go looking for Holly. And it's like he almost jumped out of his skin, because he could not believe that I understood him as well as I did. I said, okay, let me get your leash, and let me get a bag and stuff, so we can go out and walk in the neighborhood, because I can tell you right now, I don't know where Holly is, but we're not going to see her just walking out in the neighborhood. So as I'm trying to get all that stuff together, Holly pulls in. And he felt so much better. He was so much calmer. And I explained to her what had happened with him. Not the fact that he was tripping off, the fact that, he knew she had had that episode and Mama was worried about it. I just explained to her that, he was missing you, and he wanted to go for a walk because he wanted me to take him in the neighborhood to see if he could see you. And she sat there, oh, you miss me, and started kissing him and stuff. And then she took him for a walk, and he was happy. Because the thing is, animals, they actually can make themselves known as far as what they're trying to say. You just have to take time out to, listen to them and ask them the right questions and stuff. Because the thing is, they have an intelligence. It's not hard to understand them, but you have to be invested in it. And that little dog, I was invested in him. I like him. He was funny. And stuff. He barked at delivery men and the mailman and stuff. And I said, dude, they ain't doing nothing but their job. And girlfriend was like, I think it's their frantic energy. No, what it was they was outside. He just wanted to go outside. If you open that door and you could not stop him from getting to that door or get through that door, that little boy would shoot out. And the thing is, it's like he barking all up a storm, but the thing is, he barked loud. His bark was loud and obnoxious. And he would run out there, and then he'd jump up there like, okay, Pepe. Because it wasn't like he was irritated. He was not angry. He was just like, he just wanted to get outside, and he said, pet me. And it was funny. And the delivery people say, I got one of these at home too. I said, yeah, he's a trip. He really is. But he was a good dog. He really was a good dog. I do miss him. I miss Pookie. There's a lot of dogs I miss that I've come to know over the years. So, I'm not angry at animals. The other night I saw this animal. She was a trip. She kept barking. A little chihuahua. And the thing is, when I saw her, I was walking her and stuff. She had a little fur coat on and stuff. I had already posted that thing about the fur coat. how people dress people, their animals. But she didn't have really much hair on her, so her coat made sense. And it was cold. And so she had a little, I mean, it was fox fur. It was not like, and she was cute. I was walking up the street with the girl that stayed here and stuff before she was supposed to leave. And we go up there and see the little dog. And then she petted the dog. The dog went to her. But the dog, with me, she would bark. She would want to come, but then she'd go back. And the owner was saying, well, she's friendly. I said, yeah, she is. And stuff. And, but she would come, but she wouldn't. And so I said, okay, well, you don't have to do all that barking, but okay, you have a nice evening. And I'm walking away and she's trying to come after me. I said, wait a minute, girl. And she said, she's just trying, now she wants to get to know you. I said, no, what she's trying to do is trying to sniff my feet. She wants to see where I'm going. And she laughed at and stuff. And I said, girl, you need to stay here with your mama. You really do. And girlfriend was like, well, that was interesting. I said, yeah. The thing is, she's more used to female energy. Her mama has a lot of girlfriends. She ain't used to male energy. So it's not like that she doesn't want to get to know me, but it's like it's going to take her a while to warm up. She's got to feel safe because who knows what's happened to her. So I'm not mad at her for that. It's just like, but at the same time, when she keep barking like that, I said, she got to be careful because see, the thing is, she's a little bitty thing. And it happened to Max. He's a little bitty thing. And a bigger dog will just snatch him up and think nothing of it. And then, I don't want to see that. That's why I be trying to tell them, I said, you have to actually work with your animals and teach them that it's not always about doing all that barking. Because the thing is, if there is not a threat, don't do it. And even at the same time, if it is a threat, sometimes that barking is not going to protect them because that threat will still attack. That happened with that lady and her service animal. That dog was trying to protect the house, and them people beat that dog till she had to euthanize it, and that hurt my heart. Because that dog, because the lady even said in the story, she wasn't going to be the same. No, she wasn't going to be the same. Because she was trying to protect the house. You guys weren't there, and she's trying to protect the house and trying to tell them people, you need to get out. And they just beat her. Unmercifully. That is some fucked up shit. I understood what that lady's rage was and why she said, don't ever let me see them. You have to pay attention, people. I'm trying to teach you, but I don't know if I'm teaching you enough. I'll teach you what I can. I don't know. I guess he gives me something to talk about. So I'm not worrying him on getting on his nerves. Because, seriously, in my downtime or in between time, I'm like, I know I'm a trip. I really know I am. I said, I don't even know why you even deal with me. He said, for what you say in your downtime and what you say when you are not engaging me, so trust me, it's a fair enough trade-off because I do realize what I took away from you, which was a lot of stuff that made you happy. And it did. It made me happy. But, it was stuff. It was memories and stuff. I'll never get that shit back. That shit's gone. It happened not once, it happened twice. Now I'm like, okay. But you have new memories. I don't care. I don't have any new memories now. All I have is prisons. I still feel like I'm in prison. If you're going to start giving me new memories, give me something that is not this. This shit has been going on for far too long in my book. Maybe not in yours, because the thing is, he can tell time, but it's just like time for him is like that. For us, it drags out. Just like your opinion or how you treat people. Drags out. And you sit there and say, well, how long are you going to be mad? I'll tell you right now, I'll be mad a long time. If you're going to think I'm just going to sit there and just start talking to you like, oh, we best of friends again. Because I'm going to tell you, it's not like I'm going to hold it against you, but I am going to hold it against you. I'm not going to lie. If you call me up for a favor, now it's one thing. If we still on the friends list and all that kind of stuff and speaking terms, and you showing me some stuff and I like your stuff, that's cool. And if you like my stuff, that's cool. But don't think that you're going to call me up later and talk about, Carlos, now maybe you can, no. First and foremost, nobody who is on my friends list, nobody. Now, I know who you are. If I owe you, Miss Maggie, I'm going to pay you back with interest. But after that, don't contact me talking about you need something, because I don't want to hear that. Because, see, I'm going to tell you what you told me. And you can work those same programs that you told me. Seriously. And you can go through the hoops that they took me through, and at the same time still did not do everything they were supposed to do. They terminated my benefits as of the 1st. That's tomorrow. As far as whatever little aid they were going to give me in cash. I told you they only give you 3 months when you're a single male. If I was a woman with kids, they would have gave me much longer, and they would have did more for me. I tell you, state of California is a trip. They don't do shit for people who are males and single. They think you're supposed to just be able to go out there and get a job. As if somebody would hire me. And see, and then those motherfuckers, they sold all my interview clothes. That's what they got out of that locker. That's what them motherfuckers told me for a $200 bill that nobody wanted to help me pay. That they sold that locker and said there was still a balance due of $91. I said, wait a minute. So you sold it at auction. That means that it was sight unseen. And the people said, we'll only pay this much for it. And you sold it. They got shit out of there. I mean, if I could have got in there. And see, that's another thing. That's what pissed me off too. I told God, I said, you deliberately made sure that I could not use that truck. Because I was going to go up there and sell some of that shit. And he didn't want me to. And I told my friend that I had stuff up there I wanted to sell. But the thing is, he did not offer to come up here and help me to go up to that locker to get my shit. This is the same friend that I would drive 40 miles to help him pick up this bike that he bought and take up to the shop here that he bought it from to get it serviced. And then go and pick it up and take it back in my truck. So now, was that really fair? And he knew, because he actually contacted me. He said they sent me this letter. I said, yeah, because I can't pay the bill. He didn't say, okay, how much is it? He knew how much it was. He didn't offer to pay it. And he knew that shit, it was shit up there. I told him I had shit up there. My clothes were up there. Everything was up there. That shit's gone. So no. Yeah. I have a roof on my head. I ain't on the street. I thank him for that. But outside of that, ain't nothing happening. Because he sat there, he said, I sent your resume and stuff, but he said, I don't know what they're doing. It's exactly. I said, there are forces working against anything that I'm trying to get going. Every time I try and do something, something happens. Y'all gonna find out. And the thing is, and part of me is afraid that once he does, it's really going to be fucked up for you. But at the same time, it's like, I'd rather be fucked up for you than for me. Because I'm tired of this shit. So, I'm going to tell you like he showed me. It was an All My Children's episode. A lot of people from All My Children, it was trick or treat, it was Halloween. But we were way past that time. But the thing is, it's going to be a trick, but it's not going to be a treat. That much I do know. He keeps saying he's going to do it. I'm like, yeah, whatever. He gave me the signal again. He said, I'm going to do it. I'm like, yeah. So now, am I testing him? Yes and no. He going to do what he want to do. Will I appreciate it? I don't know. Will I care? No. To be honest with you, really, that's the point I'm at now. I really just don't care. Why? Because I learned how to not care. Before, all I did was care. But now I don't. Y'all say y'all care. Who's going to say how much you care? Because, see, that's the next lesson for you as a collective consciousness and expression. Some of y'all really don't care. You say you do. You don't care about each other. You care about your causes, but you don't care about each other. Now you're going to find out. It is what it is. Have a good day. Bye.